The most versatile gimbal in the universe. Today on Steadicam. Amazing experience.
Stop that.
After a few years of using Ronin 1, Ronin 2 Pro, Ronin S and now Rs2, I noticed two major problems. The first thing is the weight of your kit. Of course, for small and light cameras without additional accessories, it's not too bad. However, if you want to work at a higher level and do some short films, commercials, music video where there will be a lot carefully planned long shots or many takes like in David Fincher films, the requirements will be just much higher for you. The necessary accessories will turn your Ronin into a heavy beast and makes you really exhausted after a few hours of work. The second problem is visible steps. That is terrible in handheld use situation, and this is a problem for almost every gimbal user. Of course, you can try to remove it in post-production or practice a lot of walking techniques, but in some cases it's quite difficult. So both of these problems can be in some measure solved by super system like EasyRig, ReadyRig, AlterMove, FlowSync Link or Anti-Gravity Cam. But I think this option works best with two-handed rig, besides the price of almost all of them it's too high. So I decided to check one more option, the most interesting, the cheapest and the most effective in my opinion, the combination of Steadicam and Ronin. As most of you probably know, the Steadicam has been specially designed to absorb steps and all unnecessary movements. So if we combine with a gimbal, we have the perfect stabilizer, like Trinity for example. To know what I'm talking about, you should see some video. I found some super cool Trinity review on the Potato Jet channel, also you have to see how it worked for Roger Deakins in 1970 movie. It is unbelievable. So I decided to check for myself what profit I get from this solution. Probably the best product on the market in this case is brand new support system from Tilta. Looks great, has some really nice accessories and a good load capacity, and costs 1,200. But I don't know when will be available. Also, I don't see if it is possible to balance the battery in all directions, which is extremely important. But honestly, it's nothing new at all. It has stabilizer like many others on the market, and there are tons of them on eBay for example, at very good prices. So I made a list of what I need to do myself for less than half the price of Tilta. Glidecam style handheld camera stabilizers, spring arm, supporting vest, external battery and mounting plate for Rs2. I found a second-hand glidecam David Graham on eBay for only 150. It was heavily used and it had no counterweight plates, but in a moment you will see why I don't need them. I also found a used spring arm and supporting vest in perfect condition for only 250, called it Stabifly Lite, and it is basically a white bullet without dozens of clamps and straps. You put it on and it's ready to use. I recommended to buy an arm that can support between 5 and 8 kilograms and more, because the basic version of this setup, which includes only Rs2 and Pocket 4K, weighs about 5 kilograms. But in the extended full version, which includes all the additional accessories, we already have 7.5 kilograms, so I think it is probably good to have some kind of reserve of tension. However, unfortunately, my arms was originally designed for only 5 kilograms, but that's no problem for me because for the extended version I added extra spring very easily with keep screw. It cost me about $10 and works really nice. Now I can easily put about 9 kilograms on the arm with no issue. We wanted to power everything from a large and most effective external battery, which is also a counterweight. I used the TB15 battery from the Ronin 2 Pro, but you can use any type of 20 voltage battery like V-mode for example, or even old Ronin 1 batteries. Also in my case, I modified my mounting plate a bit, so now I have one input and one 20 voltage output for my accessories. The second and most important benefit we have after removing the original battery and attaching the mounting plate is that it raises the central gravity of the kit, so we don't need a lot of weight to balance it, and the one TB15 battery is perfect for this. After the last video I made, I read in the comments that mounting plate from expansion base kit was too expensive. I totally agree with you, but there is no alternative until now. And again, here comes the Tilta. Tilta released the power supply base plate. Of course, the expansion base kit is more versatile, it has a handle and a few accessories, but in fact, in most situations we are talking about, all we need is the mounting plate, so for $89, don't wait, just take it. Putting this kit together is super easy. You can do it in 2 steps. Putting on Glidecam original base plate. But here is a tricky part. We will mount the Glidecam upside down, which means we will give the Manfrotto base plate on the bottom because we want to attach the battery to it. This will allow us to easily balance the battery on the bottom, because as you can see, we can now move the battery in every direction, and as I said before, I am not sure if Tilta has this option. By the way, we can also make a simple mounting frame to protect the battery from accidental damage, and we can also add the original Ronin tripod, which will allow us to put the whole set away anytime and everywhere. Second thing you have to do is mount the base plate for Rs2 on the top. We do not need an adjustable plate for this, because when the Ronin is perfectly balanced, its center of gravity is perfectly on the center thread. Now plug into power cable and that's it, super simple. By the way, the power cable, actually the one I use now, comes from universal mount of all Ronin S, but I noticed that the Tilta base plate has the same, so that's really good news because it has a P-type connector, so you can use a wide range of batteries. Camera balancing and Ronin tuning can be done on the original grip, so it will be easier. Later, you just need to put it on the glidecam. Now we are balancing the center of gravity of the entire glidecam and then balancing the battery control it. Obviously, most of the stabilization hard work will be done by Ronin itself, but we have to balance it to remove mechanical stress on the connections and to make the operation easier and smoother. You have to try what type of position works best for you. For me, the best position is almost at the center of gravity. The last thing we have to do is just balance the spring arm, set the strength and position, and that's it. We are ready to shoot. Guys, holding this whole set is a cool experience, seriously. You put it on and you don't want to take it off. Almost 8 kilograms in one hand, 1 meter in front of you, hold everything with one finger. It's more like holding a GoPro or something. The big difference over the other vest I mentioned, see what my range of movement is while standing still. I don't even have to go down to low shots. Low mode, high mode, from right to left. I can get the camera into tight and small places. It's like a camera boom tripod in my hand. And most important, annoying visible footsteps while walking finally disappeared. Steadicam spring arm works perfectly, it absorbs my every step, even when I'm running. It's really super easy to use, you don't have to walk backwards when you walk in front of a talent. Super creative possibilities and much more. No pain, no stress in my hand, just awesome. Also, for everyone who already have an expansion base kit or want to buy it, I have a nice option because you can attach an external control handle straight to the glidecam handle, so you have full control in your hand. However, I personally prefer to control the whole thing by physical movements with the whole gimbal. I think that such movements are more natural and smoother. But there are some situations where it will be very useful, such as tight space for example, and for sure it's good to have focus wheel under a finger if you are a single operator. Guys, my final conclusion is that this kind of support and stabilization for Ronin Rs2 is the best of all available on the market. Low price, easy to use, super easy and smooth operation, multiple shooting options, and a lot of used, cheap and good quality equipment on eBay. And by the way, I think the Steadicam looks a little more elegant than other vests. Okay guys, thanks for watching, I hope it was helpful for you. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. Thanks for the nice comments under the last video and see you in the next episode.